Vic Mornington. Been a while, again. It's like, anytime I think I'm getting settled into actually doing videos for this channel, real life pops up and slaps me across the face. So, yeah, it's been a number of months since the previous video. The self-employed business that I run, I had to ditch the office that I was renting because I just couldn't afford it. I also had to ditch all the land that I had in Second Life, which means Brunel Hall is closed down in Newbar. In fact, all the stuff that I had over at the City State of New Babbage, I had to get rid of it all. Simply couldn't afford it. But things have now settled down to the point that I'm basically able to spend a little bit more time in SL, and because I've basically got no land left in SL, it means I've found myself exploring a little bit more and basically visiting older clubs that I used to spend a lot of time in and simply forgot about. And we're at one of these clubs right now, and a lot of you will no doubt recognise this place because it's been on the grid for a very, very long time. If we head outside and spin the camera around, we are basically inside Fogbound Blues. Now, blues in Second Life. There has been a very, very large blues following, the genre of blues music within Second Life itself. And some of the very earliest clubs to open up in Second Life 19 to 20 years ago, they were blues-based clubs. Fogbound hasn't been on the grid as long as 19, 20 years, but they have been on the grid longer than a decade. And you can tell by the build. Hold on, if we bring the UI back up and I do that, it's a prim-based build. Prims. There's a little bit of mesh here and there as finishing, but the base build itself is still a prim-based build. Yeah, the building, along with the club's been on the go for a very long time. If we have a very, very quick look around the region, there isn't actually much to look at. There's a kind of mini mall of sorts. I think it's shops that the owner of Fogbound's actually invited in. So over here at the very far end, you have got SL Pop Art. And it's basically popular art that you can buy and hang up in your SL home that I don't have because I'm homeless now. Actually, I could get a Linden home because I'm still a premium member. Am I a premium member? I can't remember if I'm premium or not. I'll need to check. If I am, I can get a Linden home. I forgot all about that. So yeah, you've got, well, can't show that because we're on YouTube. Yeah, you've got female tattoos, lots of naked pictures in there. YouTube doesn't like that. And over here, you've got a person that's basically selling neon signs. And then over here, if I remember right, this is a recording studio. Yeah, it is. It's still the recording studio. So you've got a little recording studio set up here. At the far end over here, where the big barn is, you have got Faces of Fogbound, which is a media playing place. It basically plays YouTube videos, but it plays YouTube videos from one specific person. If we head back to the front of Fogbound, the specific person is right here. There we go, Serendipity Dryson, and I think what she does is basically she records like snapshot videos of people dancing in the club for the full month, and then the next month they go up on show. And yeah, let's head into the club. Old club. You can tell by the textures. I mean, look at that. I haven't seen that mahogany texture for fecking ages. It's a standard old school. I think it's African mahogany this texture's called, but it's a prim-based bar. But again, there is mesh fittings, like that. The beer pumps and stuff, I think those are from Caro's bar stuff, actually. I know that's from Caro, I recognise that pump. That might be from Caro as well, but it's a very simple, no-nonsense, low lag setup they've got here. They've got mesh fixtures dotted here and there, but the build itself, including the bar and the stage, is basically all prim-based. Starting at the stage, again, very simple. You've got some small speakers round the back there. You've got the Fogbot, which sends out notices, and you've got the DJ there. I think that's Avalon. Is that Avalon? Yeah, that's DJ Avalon. So you've got the DJ there at the front. You've got the massive dance floor in the middle, and it's got to be a big dance floor because, oh boy, does this place get busy. Round the side here, you've got a little spillover dance floor, along with a little seating area there, and of course a little pool table for show over on the far side. So, blues. as I said at the beginning of this video, blues has had its ups and downs in Second Life. Lately there's been a lot of downs going on as the population of Second Life has basically started to plateau out, and in some cases actually dip from what it used to be back in 2016 and 2017. Let's face it, folks, the concurrency of Second Life is down. And it's down by quite a bit, especially comparing it to 2016 and 2017. People basically move on from SL. That's what happens. And a lot of the smaller blues clubs have basically shuttered up because they didn't have enough people coming in. Fogbound and a handful of others have managed to keep going, though, for the simple reason that they've been on the grid for far longer than a lot of the newer blues clubs that popped up round about just before and during the pandemic. Fogbound's been on the go for a lot longer. They have got a steady, very steady influx of new people coming in to replace the people who may just decide to quit Second Life or take a longer break from Second Life for maybe a couple of years. This is why, I mean, if we look at the map, bring the UI up and we look at the map, it is currently 20 past 12, roughly speaking, in the afternoon Second Life time, and it's 20 past 8 in the evening UK time, and we're looking at 57 people in the region, and we're not even in peak EU and UK hours yet. That the peak doesn't hit in the UK, at least for another hour or so. There are some 80s general music, rock and pop clubs out there who would give their hind teeth to have the traffic that Fogbound Blues gets on off-peak hours. I was actually in here at 12 in the afternoon UK time, which is like, 4 in the morning or something, Second Life time. There was still 45 people in here. There was no DJ on, there was no host, and it was the standard blues radio, the club radio that was playing. There was still 45 people in here dancing away and chatting in local chat. There are very, very few clubs left on the grid where you can walk in at any time of day, no matter what day it is, and find 30, 40, 50 people there dancing and chatting away with no DJ and no host. There's only a handful of clubs left where you're still able to do that. And when it comes to the blues genre of music in Second Life, Fogbound is the last one left where you're still able to do that. And a lot of it is down to what Fogbound offers. They don't only offer live DJs. There's Avalon up there doing her thing. They also offer live singers. If we pull this camera back out, a very, very particular singer took my interest, and his picture is right there. Blind Boink, it's a very interesting name he's got. Blind Boink Parham. I was listening to this guy, I think it must have been about a month ago, in another set that he does, not here at Fogbound, but at another club, and it's old school blues. We're talking 1940s, 50s, 60s. One man and his guitar, and the voice that he's got, it basically transports you back. It literally, excuse the neighbour's dog, it literally transports you back to the old school blues, and that's the kind of thing that you're going to find here at Fogbound. You don't just have current modern day blues interpretation songs. You have got the roots of blues being played here with a certain amount of DJs, and more especially with a certain amount of the live singers that they get in the evenings and during the weekends. So if you're a fan of classic blues, you'll love it here. If you're a fan of contemporary blues, basically anything from the 1980s onwards, you're still going to love it here, because even the old school blues players throw in a mix of current contemporary blues to keep the younger audience happy. And that, ladies and gents, is the secret as to why Fogbound and other clubs like it have managed to hold on to their audience, while other clubs in a genre category have failed miserably. Their DJs and their live artists do not stick to one concrete style of that genre. They do everything, just a tiny bit of everything, to keep the interest of the younger audience piqued, but to keep the older audience happy. And this is why Fogbound Blues, as a blues club, is probably, in fact it's not probably, it is the best blues club out there. Just period. Full stop. I mean, look at the crowd that's in here. Look at the crowd and me being an antisocial idiot sitting in the corner. Well, not even sitting, standing in the corner with the bunny on my shoulder because both of us are homeless. Actually, I'm sure I'm a premium member. I'll need to check. See if I'm premium. I'm getting myself a houseboat. Yeah, that way I'm not going to be homeless anymore. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. A quick look at Fogbouhd Blues. The plan is, because things have settled down with the business and here at the house, 2 videos a week. That's what I'm thinking of doing. 2 videos a week. One midweek, Wednesday, and one sometime during the weekend. And again, it's going to be what the basics of this channel was all about. It's mainly going to be me looking around places on the destination guide. Maybe a quick look at setting up an avatar, which I've basically already done. But the next steps, I mean, if I've got a London home, I can do a video of setting up a London home, I suppose. But that kind of stuff. But the basics of this channel is basically me exploring certain areas on the grid and popping in and out of clubs that I find in the destination guide. That's it from me, folks. Thanks for watching.